Okie dokie. Thank you very much for joining me today. In today's video, what we're going to be covering are the three articles that we have in English. They consist of a and an, which we refer to as general articles. And then we, of course, have the word the, which is what's referred to as a definitive article. Now, to go over the concept, the definitive article the refers always to a very specific noun. So there is a big difference between a cat, or in the example, the cat is on the roof. I'm talking about a cat which is mutually understood to be a specific cat in the context of the sentence. However, if I were to change the to the indefinite article a, I could say a cat is on the roof, meaning it could be any cat. I'm not referring to any one particular cat. All right, now, when you are using the articles a and an, it's always good to check the word that comes after it. Meaning, if the noun that follows the article begins with a consonant, you're going to use the general article a. If, however, the noun that follows that general article begins with a vowel or the sound of a vowel, as in the word hour, H-O-U-R, you're going to use the article an. That's really the only rule that you would need to apply when it comes to using the indefinite articles a and an. And of course, you will also use a and an, or rather, excuse me, the other rule that you're going to want to remember is that when you're using articles in English, you will omit them or not include them whenever you're referring to an uncountable noun. Like, I'm going to drink water. I'm not going to drink a water, or I guess you could say the water if it's something specific, but you wouldn't use an article with uncountable nouns, like she drank some milk, right, as an example. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look, and you're going to have a series of sentences. There's 5 of them, and for each one, there's some flexibility in terms of which articles you use. However, you will need to be consistent with some elements. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first sentence, which is where we're going to have to insert those missing articles. I borrowed blank pencil from blank teacher. Now, you could do one of two things, really. I borrowed a pencil from the teacher, so a teacher that is mutually understood or known to both of us or whomever is involved in the sentence. Or you could say I borrowed the pencil, as like a demonstrative almost, from a teacher. So a non-specific teacher, I'm just saying I borrowed one from a teacher. I don't know who they are. Either one. The next sentence, blank lion is blank king of the jungle. You could say a lion is the king of the jungle. Or if we're talking again about a specific lion, we could say the lion is the king of the jungle. Still, I would prefer a lion, as in all lions, it's general, happens to be the king, or that's their formal title, of the jungle. Moving on, we have blank eagle soared high in blank sky. You could say an, not a, because again, the word that precedes that article begins with a vowel, an E. So an eagle soared high in the sky, not a sky. Traditionally, when you're referring to sky, we're referring to one sky, so we use the definitive article the. Okay. You could also say the eagle soared high in the sky, either one. Following, she watched blank movie that I recommended. Now here, through the context of the sentence, I can determine that I am in fact referring to a very specific movie. Therefore, I can already tell that the article I will need to use is definitive. So it would read, she watched the movie. All right, beginning next, or excuse me, our last one. We took blank walk through blank park. Okay, we took a walk through the park, or you could say we took a walk. You're not going to use the walk because it's referring to a general concept. A walk through a park, a non-specific park. All right, now for those of you at home, which is everyone, I'm going to have you guys challenge yourselves. Try to create sentences by adding appropriate articles where needed. So for instance, the sentences that I'm giving you, we have bird flew over ocean while sun was setting. Definitely missing articles, so feel free to play with any of the 3 that we have to see what you come up with. And lastly, we have, I want to read book before we go to dinner. And that would be your challenge. So again, today, we just reviewed the 3 articles in English, which are general, a and an, and of course definitive, which is the. Don't forget, you're going to use the general article an when the word that follows or proceeds begins with a vowel or makes the initial vowel sound. The example I used was hour, as in time, H-O-U-R. It makes that initial O sound, ow. So for that, you would use an. All right, thank you again for joining me. If you found this video helpful, which I in fact hope you did, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to continue to practice with me. All right, thank you.